Welcome back to my channel, Pocket Change Coins. If you're excited about finding hidden gems in your pocket change, you're in the right place. First, we're going to uncover some of the most valuable and rare US coins that could be worth a fortune. Let's dive in. We're talking about the very first release in the 50-state quarters program, the 1999 Delaware quarter with the D mint mark from Denver. This quarter marked the beginning of an unforgettable chapter in modern American coinage, and some of these coins are now worth a small fortune. Let's take a moment to appreciate the vision behind the state quarters program. Launched in 1999 by the United States Mint, the program was a huge initiative that ran for 10 years, honoring each of the 50 states in the order they joined the Union. The goal was to educate the public about America's history while also reinvigorating interest in coin collecting. And where did this national journey begin? With Delaware. Now, Delaware may be a small state, but its historical importance is massive. As the first state to ratify the U.S. Constitution in 1787, it earned its nickname, the First State. The quarter's design captures a bold symbol of that heritage, an image of Caesar Rodney riding on horseback. For those unfamiliar with Rodney, he was a patriot who made a dramatic 80-mile journey through a thunderstorm in 1776 to cast the decisive vote for American independence. That's the level of commitment this coin commemorates. What makes the 1999 Delaware D quarter even more special is that it was the first time in U.S. history that the Mint released a circulating commemorative quarter to honor individual states. The excitement among collectors was immediate. But over time, most people spent these quarters as regular change. That's what makes finding one in pristine condition such a thrill. The D mint mark, located on the obverse side beneath the date, indicates that the coin was produced at the Denver Mint. While millions were struck, not all of them were struck perfectly. Some came off the press with subtle errors that are now turning heads in the collector's market. We're talking about coins with double die reverses, off-center strikes, weak strikes, and other unique characteristics that make them stand out from the rest. And when it comes to value, condition is king. Coins that have been graded by professionals, especially those with a high mint state grade, like MS-67 or MS-68, are incredibly rare. Pair that with a known minting error or limited flaw, and you've got a quarter that could fetch thousands at auction. Many collectors began hoarding these Delaware quarters when they were first released, but few could have predicted how valuable they might become 2 decades later. Some collectors were lucky enough to store them away in airtight cases, keeping them untouched by time, air, or wear. It's those pristine examples that now command incredible prices. So, if you're the type of person who occasionally checks your coin jar or examines your pocket change, this is your moment. Don't just look at the face of the coin, inspect the edges, check the mint mark, and study the condition. You never know what you might be holding, because one rare and well-preserved Delaware quarter, minted in 1999 with the D mark from Denver, has been valued as high as $50,000. Yes, you heard that right, $50,000 for a single quarter that once passed through someone's hands as just spare change. So, check your drawers, look in your car, flip through that old coin folder, because this little coin from America's first state might just be the first step to your next big find. Second rare coin. We're taking a closer look at the 2015 Homestead quarter, minted in Philadelphia and marked with a P. Trust me, you're going to want to pay attention to this one. Let's start with the basics. The Homestead quarter is part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, which ran from 2010 to 2021. This ambitious program was designed to honor national parks and historic sites in each state, U.S. territory, and the District of Columbia. The Homestead quarter, released in 2015, represents the state of Nebraska and pays tribute to the Homestead National Monument of America. Now, what's so special about Homestead? It marks a pivotal moment in American history, the Homestead Act of 1862. This act offered Americans the chance to own land, transforming the country's westward expansion. It gave ordinary people, including immigrants, former slaves, and women, an opportunity to build new lives by cultivating and improving land. It was the spirit of opportunity and self-reliance, and the design of the quarter reflects just that. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll see a simple yet powerful image, a log cabin, representing the modest homes built by early homesteaders. Alongside it are two tools, a water pump and a pair of corn stalks, symbolizing the three essentials for survival: food, shelter, and water. It's a beautiful piece of art that tells a deeper story about the American dream. Now let's talk mint marks. The P located on the obverse of the coin tells us this was minted in Philadelphia. Millions of these were produced, but here's where things get interesting. While the vast majority are worth just face value, a select few have gained legendary status among collectors. Why? Because of their condition, rarity, and in some fascinating cases, minting errors. One of the most talked about features in homestead quarters from the Philadelphia Mint is the existence of die varieties and errors. Some of these quarters display what's called a double die error, where the design appears slightly duplicated due to a misalignment during the minting process. Others have odd shapes or bubbles in the metal, especially near the windows of the cabin or the water pump. These tiny errors, while barely noticeable to the casual observer, can make a huge difference in the coin's value. Professional coin grading services like PCGS and NGC have documented various versions of these errors, and collectors are constantly on the lookout for them. Coins that are perfectly preserved, those that haven't been circulated and maintain a high mint state grade, are the ones that spark serious interest. The secret to a coin's worth often lies in its grade. Coins rated as MS-67, MS-68, or even MS-69 are exceedingly rare, especially when they also contain noticeable errors. These are the coins that cause bidding wars at auctions, and it's easy to see why. Think about it: a simple quarter, something that most people spend without a second glance, can turn into a showpiece in a collector's vault. It's like a modern-day treasure hunt, except the treasure could already be in your pocket. So now, here's the big reveal, the moment many of you have been waiting for. A 2015 Homestead quarter with the Philadelphia P mint mark, if it's in pristine condition and features a notable minting error, has been known to sell for as much as $33,000. Yes, you heard that right. $33,000 for a coin that once sat quietly in someone's change jar. This is why we always say, never underestimate the coins in your possession. Take the time to inspect them closely. Flip them under the light. Use a magnifying glass. You never know what secrets they might be hiding. Third expensive coin, we're talking about the United States of America Louisiana State Quarter, minted in 2002 with the Denver Mint mark. Yes, the one stamped with a bold little D. This coin isn't just a piece of change. In rare cases, it could be a small fortune. Now, let's go back to where it all began. This coin was part of the historic 50 State Quarters program, a wildly popular series launched by the U.S. Mint that ran from 1999 to 2008. It featured a unique design for each state, released in the order they joined the Union. Louisiana was the 18th state and joined in 1812, which is proudly displayed on the coin's reverse. But what makes the Louisiana quarter visually and historically special? Just take a close look at the design. It features a trumpet to represent the state's musical heritage. Louisiana, after all, is the birthplace of jazz. Flowing through the background is the Mississippi River, which has shaped the state's geography, economy, and culture for centuries. But the most intriguing detail? The image of the Louisiana Purchase, the iconic land deal that doubled the size of the United States back in 1803. The design even includes a small outline of the United States, highlighting the land acquired in that monumental purchase. It's not just a coin, it's a tribute to Louisiana's lasting legacy in shaping America. Let's talk about why this quarter matters to collectors. First off, the 2002 Louisiana quarter was minted in large quantities, like most of the State Quarters series. But here's the twist: not all of them were created equal. While millions were circulated, the ones that remained in uncirculated, pristine condition, especially those with the D mint mark from the Denver Mint, are increasingly rare. Even more exciting, certain Louisiana quarters have been discovered with rare minting errors or variations that dramatically raise their value. We're talking about double dies, die cracks, off-center strikes, and even coins with partial collars that slipped through quality control. These errors make the coin incredibly unique and highly sought after in the collecting world. Imagine finding one with a faint second image or an unusual metal ripple. Those little flaws are like golden tickets in the numismatic world. Another major factor that affects value? Coin grading. If your Louisiana quarter has been graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC and earned a high mint state rating, especially MS 67 or above, it enters a whole new class of value. That's because coins in these conditions are near perfect, with sharp strikes, clean surfaces, and strong visual appeal. Add in a rare error or a limited die variety, and now you've got something that can turn heads at any coin auction. Think about this. Thousands of these quarters have passed through hands, been used in vending machines, slipped into couch cushions, and vanished from circulation. Finding one that's flawless, still gleaming like the day it was struck, and carries a unique minting anomaly? That's like discovering a rare piece of American history, tucked away in your change jar.so. Here's the exciting part. A 2002 Louisiana quarter with the Denver Mint mark, preserved in brilliant condition and featuring a notable minting error or graded at a top-tier mint state level, has been known to sell for as much as $54,000. Yes, you heard that right. $54,000 for a state quarter that once had a face value of just 25 cents. It's stories like these that keep the thrill of coin collecting alive. You never know what treasures are sitting in your pocket or hiding in a dusty coin jar on your shelf. So check your change, inspect your quarters, and keep your eyes peeled. Because the next great discovery might be just one coin away. Especially, we're diving into the incredible journey of the United States of America New Jersey State Quarter, minted in 1999 with a Philadelphia Mint mark, the iconic P. This coin might seem ordinary at first glance, but stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll see why it could be worth more than many cars, vacations, or even college tuition. Let's rewind to the late 1990s, a time when the U.S. Mint launched one of the most ambitious and successful coin programs in American history, the 50 State Quarters program. The goal? To honor each of the 50 states with a custom reverse design on the quarter, released in the order that each state entered the Union. New Jersey's turn came in 1999, making it one of the earliest coins in the series. And being an early release means collectors have been watching it closely from the very beginning. Now, let's talk about the design, because this coin has one of the most historically rich and patriotic designs in the entire series. On the reverse side, you'll see a scene titled, Crossroads of the Revolution, depicting General George Washington leading his troops across the Delaware River. This was a pivotal moment in the American Revolutionary War, symbolizing bravery, leadership, and resilience. It's based on the famous painting by Emanuel Leutze and is one of the most dramatic and inspiring images ever featured on a coin. The words, Crossroads of the Revolution, appear prominently on the reverse, highlighting New Jersey's central role in America's fight for independence. The coin captures not just an event, but the very spirit of a nation fighting to be born. It's powerful, it's poetic, and for collectors, it makes the coin all the more meaningful. Now, let's get into what makes this particular quarter, from the Philadelphia Mint, so valuable in the right circumstances. First, it's important to note that millions of New Jersey quarters were minted. But like many coins, quantity doesn't always mean quality. Most were circulated heavily. They've been used to buy coffee, gum, bus tickets, you name it. But only a tiny fraction survived in mint condition, with sharp details and no scratches or discoloration. And here's where things get exciting. Some of these quarters have surfaced with minting errors. That's right, small imperfections that slipped through the mint's quality control and ended up in the hands of lucky collectors. We're talking about things like double dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, or even coins struck on the wrong planchet. These aren't flaws, they're treasures. In the numismatic world, an error coin is like finding a one-of-a-kind artifact. Combine a rare minting error with a high-grade uncirculated condition, graded by respected services like PCGS or NGC, and now you've got something truly special. Coins graded MS 67 or higher, especially with errors, are exceedingly rare and command serious attention in auctions and among elite collectors. What's also fascinating is that this coin represents the dawn of the 50 State Quarters program. Early state quarters, especially from 1999, have developed a kind of legendary status among modern collectors. They marked a turning point in American coin collecting, reigniting interest in the hobby and getting a new generation excited about numismatics. So, the question you've been waiting for: how much can a New Jersey 1787 to 1999 quarter with a P mint mark be worth? Well, if you've got one of these coins in pristine condition, uncirculated, expertly graded, and potentially featuring a rare error, it could fetch a whopping $66,000. That's right. $66,000 for a quarter that could be sitting in a drawer or hiding in a coin jar somewhere in your home. So go ahead, check your change. Look closely at those state quarters. What seems ordinary today could be a once-in-a-lifetime find tomorrow. You never know what's waiting to be discovered. Next coin, we're diving into the United States Perry's Victory and International Peace Memorial Quarter, which was minted in 2013 with the D mint mark. This quarter, although part of the 2013 America the Beautiful series, stands out as a special piece of American history and a valuable asset for collectors. First, let's take a step back in time and talk about the story behind this coin. The Perry's Victory and International Peace Memorial is located in Put-in-Bay, Ohio, and it commemorates the pivotal Battle of Lake Erie during the War of 1812. This battle, commanded by Commodore Oliver Hazard Perry, was a major victory for the United States, securing control over Lake Erie and ensuring a decisive victory in the War of 1812. The memorial itself honors the soldiers, sailors, and citizens who fought and sacrificed for American independence. On the reverse side of the quarter, you'll find a beautiful and detailed design that depicts Commodore Perry's flagship, the USS Niagara, sailing on Lake Erie. The design also includes the Perry's Victory and International Peace Memorial, symbolizing the enduring peace between the United States, Canada, and Great Britain after the War of 1812. It's an iconic image that speaks to the long-lasting friendship and international peace that came out of this historic event. What makes this coin even more unique is the inscription that reads, "Perry's Victory and International Peace Memorial," cementing its importance as a symbol of American triumph and unity. Now, let's dive into the world of coin collecting and why this particular quarter is so valuable. While millions of Perry's Victory quarters were produced, the true value comes when you find one in pristine condition. And not just any pristine condition, I'm talking about a highly graded uncirculated coin or one that might contain a minting error. For those unfamiliar, minting errors occur when the minting process goes awry, and these coins often have a higher value because they are unique, one-of-a-kind pieces. In the case of the 2013 Perry's Victory quarter, collectors are always on the lookout for special versions of this coin. Maybe it's an off-center strike, a double die, or even a coin that was minted on the wrong type of metal. These coins are much rarer than the standard versions, and as a result, they can command significant amounts of money in the right market. Even without errors, a coin in mint condition can become quite valuable, as collectors are willing to pay top dollar for rare, high-quality pieces. So, what can a Perry's Victory quarter with the D mint mark actually fetch? After all, this is the real question that we're all eager to know the answer to. If you've got one of these quarters in mint condition, graded as MS 67 or higher by trusted coin grading services like PCGS or NGC, you're looking at a potential worth of $22,000. That's right, $22,000 for a quarter. And it's not just any quarter, but a quarter that tells the story of one of the most important naval victories in American history. Imagine having that in your collection or finding one tucked away in an old jar of coins. You could be holding on to an incredible piece of American heritage with significant financial value. It's incredible how a coin that might seem ordinary to the untrained eye could hold such historic and financial worth. If you're a collector, you'll know that these types of discoveries are what make the hobby so thrilling. You're not just collecting coins, you're preserving and discovering pieces of history, with a potential payoff that makes it all worthwhile. So, if you have any 2013 Perry's Victory quarters with the D mint mark in your collection or even mixed in with your change, it's definitely worth checking them out. You might just have one of these rare, high-value coins waiting to be found. And who knows? It could be the key to unlocking a $22,000 treasure. Last unique coin, we're talking about the United States of America State Quarter from West Virginia, minted in 2005 with the D mint mark. Now, many of you might already know about the State Quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008. This was a groundbreaking initiative that honored each of the 50 states, showcasing iconic images and symbols that represent their history, culture, and achievements. West Virginia, a state known for its beautiful mountain landscapes and rich history, got its own special quarter as part of this program. The design of the West Virginia quarter is simple yet stunning. On the reverse side, you'll find a representation of the Appalachian Mountains, with the New River Gorge Bridge shown in the background. This bridge is particularly symbolic because it stands as a marvel of engineering and a symbol of the state's resilient spirit. It is one of the longest steel arch bridges in the world, making it a perfect representation of West Virginia's natural beauty and industrial progress. You can also spot the phrase, New River Gorge, indicating the iconic location, but what makes this coin really stand out to collectors? Well, let's talk about value. While the West Virginia State Quarter may have been minted in large numbers, more than 150 million quarters, its value can be significantly higher than face value when certain factors come into play. For starters, the condition of the coin plays a huge role. A highly graded West Virginia quarter, especially one that is in pristine, uncirculated condition, is going to fetch more than just a few dollars. Now, for those of you who are new to coin collecting or might be wondering how a simple quarter could be worth so much, here's the breakdown. Coins with higher grades, like MS 65 or higher, can often be sold at a premium. Additionally, coins with minting errors, which are rare but can make a coin highly desirable, can skyrocket in value. For example, errors like double strikes or off-center minting can turn an otherwise common coin into a rare find. That brings us to the West Virginia quarter and its worth in today's market. So, what's this coin worth if you happen to have one in excellent condition or perhaps one with a minting error? If you own a West Virginia 2005 quarter with the D mint mark in top-grade condition, you could be holding a coin worth $30,000. Yes, you heard that right, $30,000. This quarter might look like just another part of your everyday pocket change, but with the right condition and rarity, it can be worth a small fortune. Imagine finding one of these quarters hiding in a jar or rolling around in your coin collection. That kind of discovery can change your collecting game forever. As you can see, coin collecting is more than just a hobby, it's an exciting journey full of surprises. Every time you go through your change or sift through your collection, you could uncover a piece of history that holds significant value. The West Virginia State Quarter is a perfect example of this, as it combines both historical and geographical significance with real-world worth. To wrap it up, if you happen to come across a 2005 West Virginia State Quarter, take the time to examine it carefully. Is it in excellent condition? Does it show any unique characteristics that might point to a minting error? If so, you could be holding onto something worth a lot more than its face value. A pristine example could be worth $30,000, that's right, $30,000, so, whether you're a seasoned collector or a newcomer to the hobby, always remember that hidden treasures can be just around the corner. Keep looking through your coins because you never know what gems you might find. And as always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more exciting coin stories, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss a future video. Happy hunting, and good luck with your collection.